I think that the success, like the fate and the success of the Wyatt Six is going to be really interesting to watch because I think, when you talk about professional wrestling and you talk about people trying to get over, like everything is so dependent on how the fans react. I think with the Wyatt Six, it's even more so. I think how fans react to them on a weekly basis is really going to dictate how long they're around more than any other person, like any other single wrestler or group. And I
Yeah.
feel like if people want to continue to see snippets of what Bray might have brought us, or like want to be supportive of what they're trying to do, basically in honor of him, then you need to be on board with whatever they're doing. Like you need to react no matter what they're doing. And I think
Hmm.
that could be a blessing and a curse, obviously, because you're going to feel like you need to cheer, maybe because you're like, I feel like if I don't, then I'm doing something against Bray and that's not what I'm trying to do, or whatever,
Yeah, you get that. Yeah, that's a.
Yeah, but I do think that how they go about this is it really is going to rest on the shoulders of the fans, because we saw how things with even Bray changed. Like the Fiend didn't get over as well, and then it's kind of what ended up getting him fired by Vince, and then it's like
And yeah.
everything that he tried to do after that in his last run, um that was even how they were doing that was based off of, okay, people really liked this part and people preferred this part, so that's what they were doing. And I think because this group is so different than anything else in wrestling probably ever, it's like you have to be supportive of it if you want to keep seeing it, because it's not going to take much for them to be like, okay, it's not working, you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
think that
Exactly.
there's a lot of pressure on the fans to show their support, if that makes any sense.
You need to be supportive of it and not critique with your emotions. That's the biggest thing, or to biggest lens to look through is you cannot critique it with your emotions. You have to critique it with your unbiased opinion about the product. And because that weird element of Bray being attached to it and you don't want to dishonor him and all that stuff, you got to do it so carefully, and every detail matters. Like we said it, you have to pay attention to everything because it's in there for a reason, because that's exactly what Bray would want. So as
Mhm.
long as they're doing something like that at all times, then I'm going to be supportive of it, but critique carefully. You know what I mean?
I think also it's going to be another lesson for fans to be patient, because people just want satisfaction, like that, and if they don't think that something is good the first time that they see it, or maybe the first few times that they see it, they're ready to move on, or they're ready to just like crap talk it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
think in this instance, like all of this is brand new to them, because we haven't seen a group like this. We've never seen a storyline like this. We've never seen anybody in this position, to
Yeah.
honor somebody like Bray Wyatt. So it's like it's not going to be perfect. It's not always going to be great. We might be sitting here scratching our heads sometimes. Like we don't know, but I think that people need to make sure that they're patient and like actually just watch and see what happens, instead of drawing conclusions too early or saying like, oh, this sucks, blah 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 blah. Like you need to give things time to develop and to
Mhm.
make sense and to be good, especially in the Triple H era. Like
Oh yeah.
we're sitting here all the time wondering what's going to happen next, because that's how Triple H wants us to. It gets you to watch next week. It gets you to watch SmackDown. It gets you to watch NXT. So I think that that's an important factor that people need to remember too, because I think most people, if you were a fan of Bray Wyatt, you want to see the Wyatt Six be successful.
Oh, you
You
want to see
don't
it be bigger than Bray?
Yeah, you want to see it be
Seriously.
everything that he wanted and more. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And it's like that's why I think that you need to treat it a little bit differently than you would if this was just a new group that was put together and debuted on Raw. Like it's
Yeah.
just not, you can't treat them the same.